I'm going to teach you how to get $1 million.
Right.
This is literally going to give you $1 million. Everything I said before in my life, forget about it. Well, no, don't forget everything. But this is going to get you really, really a good setup in retirement, okay? I'm going to start from the beginning. Stocks. What is a stock market? A stock is a piece of a company. So, for example, Amazon says they need money. So they sell a little piece of their company, to you, and you buy it. Let's say you buy it for $100. So you buy a little piece of their company. That's what a stock is.
I got it to Amazon.
There's a bunch of pieces, so a lot of different people have different pieces, but there's pieces. But guess what? Amazon is not the only one company that does it. Tesla will do it. All these other companies, Coca-Cola. There's some companies that obviously are better than others. Obviously, like Coca-Cola is a very, we could depend that Coca-Cola is not going away tomorrow. JCPenney, on the other hand, JCPenney is about to close down, so nobody wants JCPenney right now.
Oops.
But there's stocks that are doing better than others, right? Okay, so now what you do is, what if it was to close down? Like the company, like JCPenney is about to, is about to go under. You don't want that stock, right? So what they do, or if you lose it, you lose all your money. So what they created something called a mutual fund. Okay? A mutual fund is made up of a bunch of companies together. So you're not just investing in one company, you're investing in several at the same time. So let's say this is Amazon, let's say this is Tesla, I don't know, Coca-Cola. So if one were to go down, you still have more. See what I'm saying? Like you're not, like here in this case, your eggs are all in one basket kind of thing. Here your eggs are diverse. So if you break one egg, it's fine. So this is better, and this is what the mutual fund is, okay? Now the mutual fund, over time, should get you about 10%, and that's why people like to have that, okay? It's a really good thing. Over time, if you do it when you're 18 and you go all the way to retirement, 65, I'm not kidding, you'll become a millionaire. This is true. This is the thing, however, almost nobody does it when they're 18. Because when you're 18, you're like, give me my money. And you just take your money and you don't want to retire. You're not thinking about retirement. That's like for old people. When people start retiring? Start doing retirement? Like when the 30s, late 30s,
Late 40s.
or 40s, and they're like, oh, maybe I should have done retirement. And by that time, it's not late, it's never late, but it would have been better to do it earlier because
you would have more money at the end.
More money at the end, okay? So what I want to say is what types of accounts, when you go to work, they're going to say, do you want a retirement? And the answer is yes, you want a retirement, okay? So these are the different types of accounts. If it's a public job, like for example, if you're working for Coca-Cola, they're going to have something called 401k. It's just a name. That's all it is. It's a name. 401k, it's a mutual fund. I don't know exactly why they call it 401k, but that's what it is, okay? If it's a non-for-profit organization like a church or the Red Cross, they call it 403b. But these two things are the same. They're the same thing. It's just a different name for it, okay? That's all it is. But it's basically these accounts. It's just what it is, okay? If you put your money in here, in this retirement account, you cannot take it out until you're 65. So that's the only drawback. However, it's a good thing because you're going to get all this money, okay? If you take it out, they dock you a lot. Like they will take a lot from you, a lot, like 40, 50%. So if you have like $10,000 and you take $10,000, you won't get $10,000.
Yeah, at least 40%.
You like at least 40, 50% even. So you'll get half of that money. And so try not to do that, okay? Going back to this 401k, some people, some companies will match you. They'll match you. So if you say, oh yes, I want the retirement account and I'm gonna put 2% inside of this account, the employer, the company will say, oh okay, I'll also put 2%. That's called matching. So you always want to say yes, it's free money. And if you don't do it, it's like you're losing free money. So you might as well do it. And sometimes it's even higher than 2%. It's like 5%. I don't know how high it goes, but maybe like 5%. So that's good. That's like free money. 403 is for non-for-profit. So this is regular company, non-for-profit. Okay, what if you don't work for anybody? If you don't have a company or the company doesn't have this, then you could go to any bank has this, and you can say, I want to open up my own retirement account. This is a company, this is non-for-profit, this is personal. You could say, I want to open up a retirement account. Obviously, nobody's going to match you there, but at least you're saving. And you're still doing this kind of thing from 18 to 65, okay? So the traditional, what happens to the traditional is, let's say you're making $50,000 a year, right? $50,000 a year. and you put into this right here, you will not be taxed on the money that you put in. So you put in the money and you won't be taxed. And actually what they do is, like, let's say you put $2,000 the whole year, what the government does is says, okay, we actually are saying that you're gonna get 40. You made 50, but we're gonna like discount it, and we're actually saying that you made $48,000. So they're not gonna tax you on the $2,000 that you put in there. They didn't tax you on it on the way in. However, when you retire, the day you become 65 and retire and get the money out, that's when they're gonna tax you. They're gonna tax you somewhere. So here they don't tax you on the way in, but they tax you on the way out. Now the reason that people don't like this one so much is because on the way out, remember we put in 2,000. Remember our goal was to grow it. So this 2,000 could become 100K. It can be possibly. Remember I even said million.
Because the tax adds up.
Exactly. It adds up, right? So now they're not taxing you on 2K. They're taxing you on 100K. So is that beneficial or not? And that's like, I don't know. Do you want to rather not be taxed now or rather be taxed later? I don't know. You got to make that decision. The last one, Roth IRA. So then they came up with another one. A Roth IRA is you get taxed now. Taxed now on the 2K. Let's say you put $2,000 the whole year. Like every month you put a little bit and it adds up to $2,000. They will tax you now. But on the way out, tax-free on the way out. So if this becomes 100K, this is tax-free money. That's 100K that's tax-free. If you do the math, for example, even if it's 10% of 2,000, that's $200. What's 10% of 100,000? $10,000. You see the difference there? So that's the difference between 401k. It's a public company, non-for-profit company, personal tax before, tax now, personal tax later. And if you do it from 18 to 65, I guarantee you will be a millionaire. Remember me when you become a millionaire.